Hey guys, me DZ59 here and welcome back to my channel. So for today's week's video, I'll be repainting Tarzan from the 1999 Disney movie Tarzan. Anyway, let's get on in this video, shall we? Okay. Play my intro. Woo! Showing my nails. Alrighty guys, so before we start the repainting process, I will be breaking it down to you of major changes that he'd been through prior to customization and whatnot. So let's
get started. Boom, got a new nails.
Starting off with this head, I'll be using this doll from Mattel. He comes with chain, and I forgot what year this doll been released, but it's called a swinging vine something. But yeah, I'm gonna insert a picture here so you guys can see it. It's right over there. Bum. Anyway, moving on to his body. I'll be using this action figure body. There's a lot of you guys been asking me in my Instagram at DAC589 of how I customize my male dolls with the action figures. So this video might give you a good idea or good demonstration of how I do my process on how I customize my dolls with an action figure. Anyway, I'll be using this body that I bought from eBay. It's 1/6 scale male body action figure, and you'll find a lot of action figure including Hot Toys body and whatnot. Just be careful in choosing what body you're gonna choose because different body goes with different skin tones, so take a note of that. And I'll be using this postable bendable arms that I bought on eBay as well. Anyway, onto the repainting process. Start of my repaint, as always, I'll be removing his factory paint with 100% pure acetone, and I'll be using some Q-tips and cotton balls to remove the factory paint. Once I remove all the factory paint on his face, I'm gonna go ahead and wash his face with tap water and some soap to remove some excess oil and some acetone on his face. Then let the face dry, and after that, I'm gonna go ahead and spray his face with Mr. Super Clear Matte or MSC. Now that we're done with his repaint, it's time for his hair. So Tarzan cannot be complete with his obnoxiously beautiful flowing dreadlocks. So for this video, I'll be using this knitted yarn. It's like a thick yarn that I bought from Michaels. You can find them in Michaels and whatnot. It's a really cheap yarn. To make this video short, I already pre-made some yarn hair or dreadlocks hair. So I'm just gonna be demonstrating you a strand of how I turn this yarn to this awesome hair dreadlocks. Oh, but before we jump into the hair tutorial, there's a lot of dreadlock tutorial on YouTube, but there is one video that I highly recommend you guys need to check it out. My awesome friend, the queen of mad science, Kendra herself, SeasonalFrostbite. If you guys interested in SeasonalFrostbite's dreadlocks tutorial, I will leave the link in the description box down below, and as well as her social media and whatnot. So
let's get on to the hair tutorial.
Woo! First, I started by separating this yarn into two pieces. Then I'll be using this really cheap hair straightener, and I'll be putting it on the lowest heat, and I'll start by gently straightening the yarn hair. The reason why I'm straightening it, because I want to give it more of a realistic dreads to it rather than looking like a yarn. Lastly, I'll be using Aussie hairspray, or you can use any hairspray if you like, with a strong hold to give a durability to then I'll be rerouting his head with this tool that I bought from dollyhair.com. If you're interested on that one, I will leave the link in the description box down below. And this needle is actually a DIY. It's actually a thick needle with a bigger hole so it can get through the yarn hair. Now to reroot his hair, I'm gonna wrap around that yarn hair to my pointy finger and use the long side of the needle to get through the hole in my needle and then poke it to one of the pre-existing hole in his head. And we have our first hair, then a million more to go. And I'll be right back once his head is fully rerooted. I forgot to mention earlier while I'm rerooting his head, I didn't reroot all the way in because, you know, yarn is really thick and I don't want his head to be like too big, so I just rerooted enough to cover the whole entire head, and you cannot barely see anything at all, like literally you cannot, like, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna cut his hair back length. And then what I'm gonna do is curve the bottom parts to make more of a realistic looking one. I'm gonna show it to you one strand and then I'm gonna come back once I'm all done. Alright, so here's Tarzan with all his beautiful glory and his nice dread looks. So what I did is I add more hairspray on his hair. I add a little bit more hairspray on the bottom of his hair to make it more neat and nice looking. So yeah. Now for the part that you guys been waiting for, you've been asking me a lot in my Instagram at DAC589 of how I customize my male dolls to an action figure body. So what I'm gonna do is, this is gonna be like a really simple one, is I only put a clay between the actual head and the neck piece of the action figure. So what I'm gonna use for that is my good old trusty epoxy sculpt part A and part B. This clay is really good. When it's dry, it's like a cement. You can sand it and you can paint it over. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sand it a little bit and then paint it over to make it more even, so the transition of his head to his body is not that obvious. By the way, I forgot to mention in my video that I just want to say thank you, Rayna, for helping me learn more about sculpting and whatnot. If you guys wondering who am I talking about, Rayna, also known as end.of.the.raynbow on Instagram. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box down below. She is one of my close friends. We've become sisters through doll collecting and whatnot, and she helped me through a lot of sculpting, doll customizing and whatnot. You guys, if you want to check her out, she have an amazing custom dolls. You'll be shocked of how she turned a simple Monster High doll and turned into a different character. And not only that, she is a very down-to-earth person. So yeah, back onto his neck. I already sculpted the clay on his neck, so I'm gonna let that one dry. She suggested that I should put chalk pastel to make it even on his skin tone, which is, it's a good idea. So yeah, so now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover chalk pastels to make it even to his body. So yeah. Alright, so now that I am done with Tarzan's customization, I'm going to focus on his loincloth. So first loincloth, I just measure it directly to the action figure's body. So for his front part, I measure it from the mid area here below his belly button. So around here. And then probably a centimeter above his knees, and then I extend the side since I'll be sewing this side, so I have enough room for allowance. And then at the back, it's about exactly from this joint all the way from the mid area of his legs. So yeah, now that I'm gonna trace the pattern to the fabric. Then I will come back once I'm done cutting. That I'm done with the pattern, I am gonna go ahead and sew it with my sewing machine, or if you're gonna try this, you can sew it by hand or any method you prefer. So yeah. I forgot to mention this one, but I will be adding this strip of fabric to serve as a underwear on Tarzan's loincloth. So I'll be sewing this top part here to here and this end part from the other side, so it's gonna be secure when you put it on him. I actually learned from one of my friends on Instagram as well on YouTube. His name is Hamilton. He made an awesome tutorial of how to do loincloth for Tarzan. If you guys interested in that one, I'm gonna leave the link in the description box down below on his YouTube page and as well as his Instagram page, so you can follow him. His video is in different language, but it's easy to understand and follow the steps. So yeah, go ahead guys and check it out. Anyway, I'm gonna come back once I'm all done with Tarzan and see his final result. Overall, I like how it turns out and I hope that you do too. Anyway guys, I hope you find this video quite entertaining and quite informative in your liking. And if you did, please don't forget to give this video a good thumbs up. Also follow me on Instagram at DAC589, as well as comment down below of what you want to see in my video in the future. And I would love you to subscribe to my channel for more dolls, arts, and crafting videos. Oh, before I forget, please click that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload video every week. Anyway guys, that's it for this week. This is me, Daisy, signing off. Bye!